Right, continuing our stuff that you could use if you call yourself up in a non-permissive environment where you can't carry anything. You know, airport, getting on a plane, example. And another thing that you could implement is just a simple newspaper. It's been talked about loads of times. I've covered it loads of times, and I'm not talking about anything that anyone doesn't know. But I'm just reiterating it and bringing it back to your attention, right? So, rolled up magazine is a very useful improvised weapon, as we'll talk about another time. And a newspaper, used in various ways, a couple of ways which I'm going to show you now, is also really useful. And you will find both of those in a non-permissive environment getting on a plane. So you get on a plane at the airport, wherever you're going, and there's usually 3 newspapers, and when you sit down, there's an in-flight magazine. Both of those are tools that you could use. Right? First one, not necessarily sat on the plane now, right? But a newspaper, just a newspaper. I wouldn't buy a newspaper for any other reason than to possibly do this or wipe my arse with it, because it ain't worth the paper it's written on, right? But nonetheless, a newspaper of about this size, you could also use longer in a different method. But this way, in which, let's say that, I don't know, you're in a public environment and you see somebody being horrible to somebody else, guy's abusing his girlfriend, and you look. And now the guy looks at you and goes, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And starts walking towards you. And you just happen to be there at this place, waiting for the bus, whatever else, with your newspaper, right? A lot of hypothetical shit going on here, but you get a grasp. Well, I'm in a position that my hands are stood as he approaches me. I'm fore and aft with my feet, and my hands are up and staggered. So I have a position, non-violent, of situational control out here. And if he approaches me and I can de-escalate or mitigate, then I will, of course. But if not, and I want a free shot, then all I've got to do really is just that. Just that. Just literally put this in his face and then hit him straight in the face. One or two things is happening there. First thing, he's not going to see the shot come. He's going to delay his perception to bias me the shot. The second one, his face explodes, so I'll avoid cross-contamination from blood because I've got a newspaper. And secondly, I'm in a good position to follow up should I need to. So I'll call this a newspaper deception. Obscurement, followed by a strike to what you're holding in front of your face. If you're walking through the woods and you've got a waterproof map, you get a problem, it could be the map. Just a deception. Right? The other one, quick, is just the famous Millwall brick. Millwall brick, Chelsea brick, Millwall bat. Millwall bat's usually made with the Financial Times along the paper, but this one, right, I'm going to show you real quick. So you take a newspaper like this, right, and you bend it, probably about 1.5 inches, but you fold it, and then you do it again, fold it. Don't roll it, fold it. And as you fold it, take all the air out of it. Fold it, take all the air out of it. All the way down. Right, you can make it pretty quick once you get it down. Right, once you've got this, find the middle, crack the middle, and put it between your knees, and push it together as hard as you can. Get out all the air. So you've got the 2 ends facing up. You hold the 2 ends, thumb side up, with this compact brick-like structure. Try it on your own bone ledge, protruding. This is Millwall brick. So, right from the 60s, Millwall fans were notorious for becoming massively innovative with improvised weapons and tools of opportunity. They were regularly searched, swiped down with metal detectors after they used to sharpen up coins and throw them into the crowd, and stripped of most things. But they were coming, would buy a newspaper off the stand, and they would make the Millwall brick. So horrific were the injuries: smashed orbital sockets, broken temporal lobe, broken dishinged jaw, teeth out, nose across the face. Destructive were the injuries that were maintained from this said Millwall brick-like structure that they banned all carrying sales of newspapers in the ground. Do your research. Chelsea also took the same advice and used the Chelsea brick, but it was known forever as the Millwall brick. You could construct it in a few seconds. So if you travel on public transport or any non-permissive environment, buy a newspaper for the sake of, if necessary, being able to manufacture something in your hand that will allow you to bring more force to this possible life-threatening situation. That's what a force multiplier does. And this fits the criteria. Of course, you can't keep a made Millwall brick with an elastic band around the top necessarily in your pocket or in your car, because now you've manufactured such a thing. But you can have a fucking newspaper and you can build it inside 15 to 20 seconds if you've got some savvy and foresight. So what if you were sat on a tube train and there was someone panhandling, two people panhandling people, knocking off their caps, knocking over their cup, whatever, as they walked up, hassling people. You know they're coming this way and you've got a newspaper. But I could make it before you get there. I could hide it, obscured, and now if you give me a problem, I've got a false multiplier. That may or may not, hopefully, need. Right? Just an idea. So I'm bringing more of these things to your attention. So this is simple newspaper deception and Millwall brick. So Millwall brick, how do you use it? Simple enough. Got it, like I said, in your hand, concealed if possible. If you're preemptive, start for 10 in the face palm, follow with a hammering cycling motion. So literally, just from here. So of course, as soon as you start wailing or hitting someone with anything, it's not going to be like that. They're going to bring their arms up, turn away to guard, move away out of range of the strike. So unless you land one clean, you're probably now just using this to clear the arms, clear the path of the arms as they're coming up as you follow forward until you can get a good position where you can just start pounding all the structure around the head, around the jawline, orbital socket, temporal lobe, back and skull, where the brain stem is housed, anything you can fucking hit. All the way down the back, infraspinatus, down the spine, kidneys, whatever the fuck you can hit, just wail. And don't forget, of course, you can integrate your elbows and your knees and the use of environment into it. Just how you would implement the Millwall brick, which again is a solid, impactive piece of material, condensed paper, almost wood-like, that's going to have an effect impactively when it hits bone. It will disrupt mobility and it will disrupt consciousness effectively. In a non-permissive environment, you can make a Millwall brick relatively quick.